It's kind of like you just kind of plop your balls out there on the table and say, here we are.
We're here.
That's what it is.
Dangle.
So then I'll just go ahead and start. Good afternoon, everybody. Here we go. Tuesday, May 31st, 2022. Ermanni and Edwards, Bottom Line. Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards. Good afternoon to you, my friend.
What is going on, my friend? Had a great weekend.
I saw pictures. I hear the voice.
It was a fun weekend. I went to Movement on Saturday. Also went and saw Maverick. So let's start there. I saw Maverick first with the family. Shout out to the family. Dad got tickets, and we went as a family. And I was on the edge of I haven't been on the edge of my seats in a movie theater, in a particular movie, in a very long time.
So I am holding my breath.
They did a great job.
Waiting to see this movie. I have not heard one bad thing about this movie. And without giving anything away, Braylon, you can understand why it's made over $150 million this weekend.
Well, I mean, Tom Cruise, he doesn't miss. It's an easy story, and I'm not a spoiler alert guy, so I wouldn't do that to you. Obviously, Goose died in part one. So in this movie,
you ruined it for Maz. He never even saw it.
Everybody knows.
I was just gonna watch it tonight.
Netflix. Everybody knows that Goose died. So Goose dies in one, and then Miles Teller, really good actor, plays Goose's son in this one. So it's
like Creed.
It's good. It's Tom Cruise. He's teaching the young guys, and now he's the guy teaching, and it's good. It's really good.
So before we get to Movement, I do want to say good afternoon to you, Tom Mazawey. I have to admit, when I learned this morning that you have never seen Top Gun, now I think I was out last week when you guys were discussing this.
On Friday.
I cannot comprehend. I thought everybody north of 40 has seen Top Gun, but apparently not.
I didn't watch it. It just, I don't know. And I love Tom Cruise. I'm a Tom Cruise guy. I just never got into sitting down and watch it. And I love movies. I guess I watched Point Break and Roadhouse too many times in a row, and Karate Kid and Porky's and all of that. Right. I missed Top Gun. I'll make up for it because I do want to see this Maverick, so I will watch it. Even though I know Goose died.
That's
whoever the hell Goose is.
It's on Netflix for free right now. The first.
It's not free. I pay for it.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a shocker, man. That definitely is a shocker that you haven't seen Top Gun. It was definitely worth it. It's really good.
Is that Kelly McGillis?
Yeah, she's not in this one. Like, Kelly McGillis looks like she's about 90 years
old.
Right now.
I heard she didn't age well.
So, Bray, talk to me about this movement as well. So, there are hundreds of thousands of people downtown Hart Plaza at Movement Festival. And I believe we have a pic that you sent in. What a sight to behold. I love seeing downtown packed like that.
So back in the day when I would go to Movement, so, quick story. I mean, it used to be Techno Fest. So obviously how house music was invented in Chicago.
Yes.
But then we took house and we invented techno music from there. And then Detroit, tech house and all that type of music, right? Ultra and Winter Music Conference, which are festivals in Miami, they stole the Techno Fest model and turned it into Ultra and Winter Music Conference. And they have like all the world's leading DJs and entertainers and all that. So they made a lot of money off of it. And so Techno Fest reinvented what they want to do. They now want to make coin because it used to be free. Like back in the day, it was free. So they do it different now. Set up like a festival. It was fun, man. See people, especially that many people, and they come from. Everybody's coming from everywhere: Chicago, Miami, New York, LA,
and beyond. I saw a couple of people international.
My daughter was there. Lily went yesterday, and she went to Lollapalooza in Chicago last year and all.
She's knocking them down.
Yeah, she is.
Shout out to Stick, man. Appreciate you, Stick representing. Stick got the pass that I still have on. I'll never take it off. But Stick, he looked out for me.
Now these passes, like $119 for a day pass or something like that. So I was reading. I think it was it Friday? No, it had to have been Thursday or Friday. I don't remember which day it was, but I was reading. No, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was there. I never know what day it is anymore. It was yesterday. I was anchoring the news, and it said day pass is $119, and I thought it was a typo. So I'm questioning. I'm like, $119. $119.
So
and it was like $119. $11. No, $119.
So this is $119.
What do you get for $119?
You get to go every day. So you get to go Saturday, you get to go Sunday, and you get to go Monday.
Damn.
It's a 3-day pass. Allows you basically entry. You know, you can go to any stage. Excuse me. But the VIP pass, that's the one. That's $275, I think. The $275 allows you access to the VIP areas. Allows you some better seating. There's free drinks and things like that. Yeah. So if you want to be a big baller shot caller.
Damn. That's pretty good. Now,
does anyone even sit at this thing?
I know. Well, yeah, no, because people sit on the hill. People sit on the hill and they sit down because, you know, all these people was drinking and smoking.
They had great weather.
And, it was amazing. It was amazing. Saturday night was literally amazing. It was beautiful. You saw the picture. The cooling was just right.
Gorgeous.
Everybody was out having a good time. Man.
I just love seeing a city like that. And again,
that's going to be the NFL draft.
Absolutely.
I'm glad they had it because one of the big things is this is the biggest event next to the auto show. Next to the auto show,
without question,
movement is the biggest event. It might be even bigger now because I
think there were upwards of 300,000 plus people down there over the 3 days.
So weekend. You know what that means? Not having it in COVID 2020 and not having it in 2021 COVID as well. The city lost out on a lot of money because it brings in a lot of money. You're talking about 300,000 people. You're talking about hotels, restaurants, lodging, gas. So it was good that they had the event this year. Because they needed the money.
Without question. Guys, lots of sports to get to today on a Tuesday of Memorial Weekend. Hopefully everybody out there had a great weekend. We certainly did. And I wanted to point this out to you as well. If you are watching on YouTube right now, we love you so much. Go ahead and hit that like button. We are coming up on 26,000 subscribers. Little old Woodward Sports, right? How about that? Little old Woodward Sports. Oh, those guys. Nice little deal they got going on over there. This, that, and the other thing coming up on 26K.
You know the thing I hate? I hate when people use the word cute. They're over there with their little cute studio.
You guys are cute.
You guys are cute. We'll see who's cute.
Here we come.
We'll see who's cute.
Here we come. Absolutely.
Woodward Sports come.
I see you. You got that smile over there, man. You got that smile.
I do. You know, I'm telling you, what goes around comes around. We're coming.
We are coming. Absolutely, guys. So thanks so much for that. I do want to start with the NBA a little bit, Braylon, because we got to go back before we start look forward. Game 1 of the NBA Finals not until Thursday. It is the Warriors and the Celtics. We can start with whoever you want, but if I could go back to the Celtics Heat Game 7. The Boston Celtics, how they are back in the NBA Finals in this Eastern Conference, right? Where everybody was talking about Philadelphia. Everybody was talking about Brooklyn. Everybody was talking about the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks. Then you've got this shiny piece Miami down there.
Chicago, even at
South
one point.
Beach. Chicago was the top seed in the East at one point this season for a very long time. Yeah. And here are the Boston friggin' Celtics once again.
Yeah, shout out to the Boston Celtics. They made it to the finals. When you have two stars, one superstar and one star, you can do a lot in this league. And those stars are Jaylen Brown's the star, and then Jason Tatum is the superstar. With that being said, the one thing that's going to have to happen for Jason Tatum, and I don't know, who has to have the conversation with. I don't know if Coach Ayudoka have the conversation with him, or if Marcus Smart wants to have the conversation with him. But he's too different. Like, for him to be a superstar, you'll see him disappear for like stretches of the game where he'll run around and hide in the corner, and you see Jaylen Brown having to take over. You see Marcus Smart taking the shots and getting to the rack. So if you want to be the superstar, like if you want to go to that next level, and that's what we talked about 2 weeks ago, waiting for him to have that superstar, that breakout moment, you got to want the ball. Like the guys whose team it is, it's your team. You got to want the ball. You got to want to get to the rack and put up points and put up buckets. And I know he does it sometimes from I'm just going to be a decoy. But, man, you're the guy. I don't want to see Marcus Smart taking 20 shots a game. I don't want to see Pritchard coming off the bench and putting up 9 3-pointers. I don't want to see every other player, Theis or Grant Williams. I want to see Jason Tatum go to the rack. I want to see Jason Tatum start off high. I want to see Jason Tatum own the court and let us know it's his team.
And the thing I like about the Boston Celtics, too, first-year head coach, and most of their team was drafted
what is that?
By their team. Oh, look at this. What are you looking at in there?
It's all good. I thought it was Mike Williams.
It's all good. Looking inside. You can't see nothing from the street anyway. You got to really look inside. There you go. How you doing, ma'am? Very
creepy.
Got a street side studio. I don't know if she's looking at herself in the mirror or what, but it's all good. We're very inviting people over here. Oh, there, got a good bald spot in the back of my head, too. Good shot there. But I like that they have modeled themselves. They've built themselves the right way. They've had a mix of free agency, a mix accompanying players, but Jason Tatum drafted, Jaylen Brown drafted. This is how you build a championship team. And I love, as much as I hate the Boston Celtics, because growing up I was bad boys for life, and it took forever to get through the Celtics, and then ultimately before the bad boys broke through. But I don't know how you can't respect these Boston Celtics. And conversely, the guys on the other side.
And that's what I just was about to say. You know, the Warriors are the first model of doing it through the draft. You know, so Harrison Barnes, and Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson, and Jordan Poole now. The interesting thing for Boston, you know, just kind of like watching how it played out with Miami, is they won't be able to play the Golden State Warriors like they played Miami. Like Miami, you literally didn't have to check everybody on the court. If PJ Tucker's in the game, you're not checking PJ Tucker. You're not checking Strus. Like, there's a bunch of guys that are on the court that you don't necessarily have to account for. You don't have to check. You really just got to worry about Bam Adebayo, and you got to worry about Jimmy Butler. Well, conversely, with the Warriors, everybody on that court can put up 40 points. Everybody. Like, you don't have any outs. You know, you got Jordan Poole coming off the bench. You got Wiggins, who started in the All-Star game this year. You got Klay, who 34-point game to close out the Dallas Mavericks. So, you know, every Jordan Poole now. So guys can score, man. That walking the ball up the court and disappearing Jason Tatum, you're going to have to bring it.
I'll tell you, man, the way the Heat came back in that game on Sunday was remarkable to me. I couldn't believe it. I thought Boston was just going to finish them off. The Heat showed me a lot, man. I take my hat off to them.
Can you imagine Embiid on that team?
Yeah.
I agree, and I agree with you 100%. That's what I'm saying. That's what bothers me about Jason Tatum. It's because, like, if you're going to be the guy, like, and granted, I'm pissed too because he messed my parlay up. But
that was a hell of a parlay.
With that being said, you see 26 points, and you're like, oh, okay, he had 26 points. His 26 points were the most lackluster 26 points that you can see his star score. He's got to come out and bring it, man, because I'm telling you, it's not going to be that easy just to walk up the court, disappear, and let your teammates, let your other guys figure out the game for you.
Warriors in 5.
Imitation
I agree.
is the sincerest form of flattery, right? When you look at these two teams in the NBA Finals now, and even the NBA champion last year, are organizations doing it the right way to not blow up their entire teams for the big-name free agents, but to build through the draft? When you look at the Warriors and the Celtics, is this the way to go about it? And are the Pistons on that same track? We'll find out in next month's draft, which is tomorrow. Next month is tomorrow. But in June's draft, we'll see what the Pistons get.
Yeah, you think about Milwaukee. I mean, you know, Milwaukee won last year, but Milwaukee's a little different. They built through free agency, because if you think about it,
and trade Chris Middleton.
And Chris Middleton traded here. You know, you bring in Drew Holiday. You bring in
That's true.
Yeah, you bring in PJ Tucker from Houston, and then you ship him off. So they built kind of through free agency, but they did have a centerpiece that was Giannis.
So we'll get to that next, plus a really, really, really intriguing story regarding the best defensive player in NFL history?
Yes.
Or second to LT? Well,
he's number one. Right? He's number one.
Or second to LT, depending upon who you ask. Aaron Donald contemplating retirement once again. We'll tell you why.
Yeah, okay.
Coming up next. But first, the message from Alta.
Our friends at Alta Equipment know that when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. That's why Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction. With the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan, there is nothing your project can throw at you that Alta can't handle. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. That is 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
OddsTrader.com, the #1 site for all your game day bets. Begin your handicapping journey at OddsTrader.com. For play-by-play updates, live scores, and bet tracking, download OddsTrader from the App Store today. For the best price on every game and sign-up offers from multiple sportsbooks, visit OddsTrader.com. Player statistics and key game stats are all available at OddsTrader.com. Use BetTracker to keep records of all of your games and betting activity at OddsTrader.com.
A walking single magnet is Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah, did he just hit another single?
It's so funny. Like, he hits the ball so good that he literally doesn't run.
Yeah.
Like, it's the half run, half trot, run to first base.
Miguel Cabrera?
100%. He's not looking in second. No, thank you.
Guys, I just want to stick with the NBA if we could a little bit too, because I think here in Detroit.
Hey, Magic's back, by the way. Magic Johnson popped on ESPN. Remember we had him dead and buried? They put him on the other day. So I think he's back for the series.
That is incredible. I missed that.
Very interesting. We were watching Winning Time. You and I have talked about it a bunch. We tried to get Brian to watch it again.
We tried.
You find the hate that Jerry West has for the Boston Celtics, and guess who he's going against in the finals this year?
The Boston Celtics. Look at that. As one of the executives of the Golden State Warriors, I will say, because just try to relate everything back here locally to the Detroit Pistons, and I think we are resigned to the fact here in Detroit that we're not going to get Kevin Durant, we're not going to get LeBron James, we're not going to get Jimmy Butler, we're not going to get Joel Embiid. Insert big-time player here. So the best course of action you have is by building through the draft. And what do people say about the NBA draft? Hopefully you have a top pick in a good year. Yeah, right?
And even with that, just like the top three.
Yeah, exactly.
After third pick, it's like,
without question.
And in the 2 years we've had it, it's not been a star-studded class.
But I think the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors have to give you a little bit of promise here. I mean, you look at Boston, Tatum, Brown, Smart, your three best players, all drafted by the organization outside the top five, I believe.
Yeah.
If you look at Golden State, your three best players, Clay, Steph, and Draymond, drafted outside the top five. I mean,
Jordan Poole.
And Jordan Poole, too. I mean, Draymond Green, a second-round pick, and Jordan Poole, I believe, was the last pick of the first round, maybe.
The luckiest guy in the world.
If memory serves correct. So I think you have to believe that you can do it that way here.
Yeah, I mean, I think, once you build a foundation, the good thing about the NBA and basketball, you get a couple pieces, and, you have a foundation. It's not like football where you need a ton of pieces. So, you build through the draft, you get lucky, you get up there, you get a couple picks. Like, they pick Harrison Barnes, they pick Steph Curry, they pick Clay, nice nucleus. You add Draymond to that.
Tatum third overall, I apologize.
Yeah. So a wonderful nucleus, and then what you do is you essentially go get free agents that fit the mold. Like, you go get a guy like Al Horford that can still rebound, that can teach you about professionalism. That has been to the Eastern Conference Finals a couple of different times. You get individuals like that can help out on the squad. So I like how they built it over there with the Celtics. Danny Ainge has done a great job.
And I like too, Maz. Look, and I know Anthony Colombo, our guy, Woodward Pistons, disagreed with me on this. But if you take Tatum, who was picked third overall, and Cade Cunningham, who was picked first overall, I mean, those two players. I think the player that Cade reminds me most of is Jason Tatum in the NFL, and he disagreed with that, and that's fine. We're here just for sports opinions.
Absolutely. That's all
you know
it
what I
is.
mean?
Yeah,
That's
like,
all it is at the end of the day. Nobody's dying. But I do think that Cade can become that Jason Tatum type leader on your team. Does he need help? Yes, everybody else does too. Look at LeBron James, what he looks like when he's got no help.
Yeah, it's not that I have any disrespect towards Cade. I don't have to put Cade down to pick up Jason Tatum. Cade's just not gonna, and this is just me. Mm-hmm. Cade's not gonna be the type of scorer Jason Tatum is. Like, Jason Tatum is a walking bucket. He's 6'10". He can shoot the 3-ball. He can shoot the mid range. He can put his back to the basket. He can put his front to the basket. All he wants to do is score. He facilitates sometimes, but you see him kind of disappear. Like, that's not what he does. Cade is more of a facilitator and a scorer when he needs to. So I just see him as different type of players. Cade, Jason Tatum, just a walking bucket.
Let me say this. I put something out yesterday. We send each other texts all weekend long, right? So I try to throw stories up there to see if I can get you guys to hook on a story. I knew this one would get Braylon the minute I put it out. Russell Westbrook is going to be re-signed. Actually, he's going to pick up his player option.
Why wouldn't he?
Of course.
$47.5 million.
But the Lakers, on the other hand, they're not going to dump him for nothing, they say. So they're going to be stuck with him again.
I just would love to have one of those jobs where you can get paid $47 million for the player you used to be 5 years ago. $47 million. And it's funny, when Matt sent this, the first thing I thought about.
Ask Miguel Cabrera. He gets paid 35 or whatever.
But that's different. That's different. Like, he's reaping the benefit. He's reaping the spoils of what he's put in to work here in Detroit. So,
he's a Hall of Famer, by the way.
Exactly. I get it. So is Russell Westbrook, but he hasn't done it all with the Lakers. So I'm looking, I said, $47 million. Man, wait. What's John Wall getting? Do you realize John Wall has been paid $42 million for the last 4 years to sit on the bench and not play? He's been healthy for 2 years now.
That is incredible.
It's nuts.
And he plays for Houston?
Yeah, I thought he was retired until you wrote that.
He doesn't play for anybody, but yes, he's on Houston's team. And, like, Houston wouldn't play him last year.
Why?
I don't know.
Has it all gone downhill since, if I remember correctly, didn't he have a gun with him in the locker room?
No, that was Gilbert Arenas.
That was Gilbert Arenas. That wasn't John Wall.
No, that was Gilbert Arenas back in, like, 2006.
So scratch that. I thought Wall was retired. I thought he was with the Washington Wizards and he was done.
No, they did the deal. Yeah, man. With the Wizards, they did the deal when Russell Westbrook was there. They shipped Russell from Houston to the Wizards, and then John Wall ended up leaving because they make about the same amount of money.
The son of a gun. He was a hell of a player back then.
He's a damn good player. Like John Wall is the fastest point guard with the basketball. Like, you talking about actually know how to use the basketball. Like, if you're just talking about running, then Russell Westbrook's the fastest point guard. But if you're talking about with the basketball, dribbling through legs, facilitating from start to finish, John Wall's the fastest point guard. How old is he?
John Wall, Rockets
33.
guard. 10 years of experience, born in 90, so what's that make him, 31, 32?
32.
I mean, he's not an old man, training in Miami.
Can he still play? Right?
Hell yeah.
Why couldn't he?
Like, John Wall.
Why doesn't the team take a chance on him?
John Wall is one of the best high school basketball players to come out in the last 25 years. John Wall was amazing at Kentucky. John Wall, when he's healthy, John Wall is fascinating. Like, he's damn good. I don't know what's going on down there in Houston. I really don't.
Suffered a ruptured Achilles, and he's been fighting ever since. 40 games for the Rockets last season. Entering the offseason, $47.3 million player option for the 2022-2023 season. Many are anticipating the five-time All-Star opt out of that contract with Houston,
and do what?
I don't know why. Is it incumbent upon John Wall to not take that money?
Look here, if you want to pay me $47 million just to sit there and dress up for the home games,
wow.
You know what? Sign me up. I don't have to play. Sign me up.
Wow.
But at what point do you miss the game? At what point do you miss the competitive nature? At what point do you see Kyrie out there cooking, or you see Steph is now back in the NBA championship? At what point do those competitive juices get going?
Makes you feel like, why would you ever want to play football? You can go. You know what I mean?
Trying to tell you.
Like, why would you ever want to play football when you see that baseball players making $300 million? And
LeBron probably he probably could have went and played football.
Oh God,
I think he made the right decision.
He made way more money. doing this. Guys, I want to get to this Aaron Donald story. Fascinating story about possibly tinkering with the retirement talk again and what is keeping him, what may keep him out of the league this season and beyond. We'll have that for you coming up next. But first, the message from Cintron.
That's right. Summer of Cintron is here, and now Cintron is available at Kroger. That is right. You can get 2 for $4. They're usually $3.50. Get 2 for $4. Cintron, proud partners with the Detroit Pistons, as well as the Detroit Red Wings and the Detroit Tigers. Drink it, live it with Cintron. They want to be here for the moments, so let them. Visit Kroger. Get it now. Cintron.
At Wing Snob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wing Snob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wing Snob. We just have better wings.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Welcome back, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards. We'll get Tom Mazawey back momentarily, having camera issues with Maz's cam. We'll get that fixed and get him.
That's perfect. I just want to hear my voice. I don't want to see myself.
No, this is all you.
That's
here.
the last thing.
Well, you got to figure that out, Maz. I can't do that for you. I want to talk about Aaron Donald. Braylon, you believe, whatever you think of Aaron Donald, is he the best defensive player of all time, or if he's 1A or if he's 2? That's not part of this discussion. Right. He's great, and he's definitely the best defensive player in the NFL currently.
Yeah.
And we could talk to we're blue in the face about that, where he stands all time. But recently on the I Am Athlete podcast, who is hosted by Brandon Marshall.
You're lucky my camera's on.
Pac-Man Jones and LaShawn McCoy, all former NFL players. Aaron Donald did hint again that he is considering retiring. Yeah. And he said he was going to be okay and at peace with his career if a deal cannot get done with the Los Angeles Rams. Now, Braylon, last year there was so much talk about around the Super Bowl about Aaron Donald retiring if the Rams won the Super Bowl. He said that's not true. If they won the Super Bowl, I was just going to retire. But I always told myself, I've been saying it for many, many years, that I wanted to come in, play 8 years, and get out. He just finished his 8th season in the NFL, so that part alone now. 8
years, 7 All-Pros, 8 Pro Bowls, 4 Defensive Player of the Years, Super Bowl winner. Now, Aaron Donald, you're starting to see players retire early. You know, I think that's something that Patrick Willis started. Patrick Willis is a great player, one of the best linebackers in the modern era. You know, he did 8 years. And then you see Luke Kuechly. You know, he did 7-8 years because of the concussion. So you see players retire early because they're making a ton of money now. They make a lot of money, so it's about quality of life, wanting to be able to raise your kids and be able to run and jump and do all those things. With that being said, he's the best defensive player in the league. Mm-hmm. But meanwhile, he's not paid as such. Now he's the 7th highest paid defensive lineman.
And that's really what this is.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. And now what Aaron Donald is talking about, so he's under contract through the 2024 season, but he's got no more guaranteed money on that contract. So in this podcast, what he was saying was, look, when I agreed to come back and play the 2023 season, it was with the intention of getting a new deal with the LA Rams. And if I can't reach that deal with the LA Rams, I'm going to be fine to just walk away. Now, we do see more and more players walking away from the game earlier because, for lack of a better reason, the amount of money that you can accumulate in such a short period of time in one's career can really It's FU money. It's generational wealth money that Aaron Donald has made over the last 8 years. And he doesn't need to play football anymore to take care of generations of his family.
Yeah, I think his salary is something like $9 million. I don't understand how that was, and maybe there were some bonuses in there that would have pushed that higher, but he's making $9 million this year. Meanwhile, T.J. Watt's making $30 million. You know, Myles Garrett is up there making a ton of money as well. Aaron Donald is the most dominant defensive presence we may have ever seen. You know, obviously LT, but outside of that, he's the most dominant force we've ever seen. He can do it from the interior, he can do it from the outside, and then legitimately, I know they gave the Super Bowl MVP to Cooper Kupp. We know who the Super Bowl MVP was. Aaron Donald won you that Super Bowl.
6 years, $135 million. $86 million was guaranteed.
He got paid.
So he's playing that out. Yeah,
he got paid, and you know what? He's going to get paid again, Bray. This is just a hiccup.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to play with their salary cap.
But
I do like the way in which he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, you win the Super Bowl, you keep everything in good standing. You know, you don't scrub the media. You know, you don't do that. He's doing it the right way. So, like you said, he will get paid. If Von Miller, who's in year 11, can get $170 million, I'm pretty sure the best defensive player can get some money.
Here's what I don't like about it. And let's just say he does get his money, and he probably will, right, Maz?
He will.
And I've never owned a business in my life. I've never had employees in my life. But I would like to believe, and maybe this is just fantasy land because there are times where I live in fantasy land. I would like to believe that I would not make my best employee chase after me. You know,
it's a great point.
What do you need? What do you need to keep you happy? Why, if you're the LA Rams, why are you doing this to your best player, Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
Don't you think you get a lot more equity in your organization if you're treating players like Aaron Donald properly? Instead of, well, if they don't treat him this way, what are they going to do to me?
Hey, bring it home. Bring it home. Look at the Lions that they did with Calvin. Look what they did with Barry Sanders. I know it's post-career, but there's a reason, man. There's a reason that we don't get the top flight guys over here. The word's out, man. Maybe it's changing now as we go forward, but they haven't treated their players with respect either.
And maybe this is some
Rams.
The Lions.
Yeah, definitely.
Braylon, maybe this is just too simplistic of a way to view it, but I always feel like if I was the owner of a team, I would not want to put my best player in this predicament, in this situation where he's talking about retirement, because I'm not ponying up.
Yeah, you just never want to let there be a little sliver, like a little crack for anybody to get into it and get in through. Like, obviously, one, maybe he retires. Maybe thing two, somebody else picks him up. Somebody makes him an offer. He goes somewhere after that 24th year option. So he's the best defensive player maybe ever. He's the best defensive player right now. He won you a Super Bowl last year. He said he'd run it back if you wanted to run it back. What are y'all waiting for?
Yeah.
It's a very simple thing. You re-up Matt Stafford, which you should have, because he's the quarterback that took you there. Now go take care of your defense. And by defense, I mean Aaron Donald.
Just want to read some of the quotes for you from this podcast, I Am Athlete. Again, Brandon Marshall, Pac-Man Jones, and LaShawn McCoy host it. It ain't about the money. It's a business at the end of the day. That's what you've got to see. For me, it's about winning. I don't want to play football if I can't win anyway. So I feel like if I got a real opportunity to win another Super Bowl, then it makes sense to play. But again, it's still a business. We've got to handle the business side of things. And if that wasn't going to get handled, then, you know, it is what it is type of situation. I'll be fine regardless. I mean, that speaks to a player. That speaks to a person, to me, that is very content one way or the other with how this thing plays out. He wants to play, but he ain't going to play for free.
Maybe he don't want to play right now, Bray. Maybe he doesn't want to play in OTAs and summer workouts. Maybe he doesn't want to do that. Maybe he wants to come in, you know, in August and get ready to play the preseason. You ever think maybe that's what's up his sleeve?
Yeah, but like guys like Aaron Donald and cats like that, they work out wherever they work out. Like a lot of those guys don't do OTAs. A lot of those guys don't go and do the off-season program with their various clubs and franchises. So I don't think that's it. I think it's a subtle way, like Ryan said. I think it's a subtle way, without being disrespectful, without causing waves, without making it look like you guys are on the same page. So by he and the GM and the front office, it's just a subtle way of saying, hey, y'all know what y'all got to do. So if the money isn't right, I'm very content. You know what I'm saying? I've done everything I wanted to accomplish, so I'm content get that money right.
Guys, 100 days until the NFL season starts.
95 for Michigan, I think.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, the colleges do start before the NFL. 100 days to the NFL season starts. And we're going to have some fun throughout the next 100 days of 100 topics we could essentially have leading up to the NFL season. But is there one thing right off the bat that you are looking forward to this NFL season? And I'll go first to give you guys a little time because I'm just springing this on you. I am looking forward to all this great quarterback play. Yeah. I feel like in this NFL, and Maz, you'd be able to tell me more than anybody just because of your love of the NBA and how many years you've been watching. I think there are more great quarterbacks in the NFL in 2023 or 2022 than there have been at one time at any point in league history. Ooh. And I am really looking forward to watching all these quarterbacks, all these young quarterbacks compete. That's the first thing that comes to mind for me.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not? You know, you literally got the rule change for Josh Allen and, you know, Patrick Mahomes. That's all everybody was talking about. Joe Burrow going to the Super Bowl, Matt Stafford, et cetera. So that's it. I think the big thing for me is kind of piggybacking off that, but, you know, deviating a little bit, is watching the integration process. Because it all looks good when you pick players up. Like, it sounds good when you say, oh, we picked up Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson. How do they fit in with that defense out there in San Diego? We got Russell Wilson, Super Bowl winner. He's only in year 10. All right, how's he going to integrate with Denver? How is this process going to be? Devontae Adams. Was it Aaron Rodgers? Was it Devontae Adams? How is he going to be with his guy out there in Las Vegas? So I think the big thing for me that I'm excited about watching, just the integration process of these guys that were at different teams last year, and now they're reintegrating themselves to a new team, like Tyreek Hill down there with the Dolphins.
Maz, I got to get a break in. We'd love for you to weigh in coming up next. But first, a message from Chili Peppers Tanning.
Yes, sir. 26 locations, one right down the street here on Woodward. 26 and more on the way. If you join the Chili Peppers Club at Chili Peppers Tanning, you'll get the best deals. Plus, they beat all competitors by $5 on unlimited tanning. So check them out. The hottest deals, the hottest bulbs, the darkest tans, your vitamin D headquarters. Check it out, chilipepperstanning.com.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Braylon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hey, everybody, it's Maz for Big Boy. That's right. This is my guy right here. Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. They brought back some of your favorite classic breakfast items, just like the strawberry French toast, the hotcakes, and the waffles for a little lunch. You can, how about the new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, the strawberry salad, the perfect recipe for springtime heading in to summer. 90 degrees outside. Don't forget to grab your dessert. How about a little strawberry pie? Very delicious. $1.99 if you spend $7.99 or more at a local Big Boy.
You know, we got to talk about it. We spend so much time talking about the Tigers being terrible and being horrible. But right now, they've won 5 of their last 6.
And we'll get there. They're in action right now against the Minnesota Twins, down 6-1 currently down at Comerica Park.
They scored 7 runs yesterday. Check that out.
Game 1 of a doubleheader
against
Minnesota. 6-1 Minnesota in the 6th. We'll get to Tigers in just a little bit.
Folks.
Maz, want you to have an opportunity to weigh in on this NFL. 100 days to the NFL season kicks off. The countdown clock is on. Braylon and I gave you an indication of some of the things that we're looking forward to this season. Yeah. What about you?
Listen, man, you know me. I'm the broadcast guy, right? All these new broadcast teams across all these platforms. You got Amazon Prime now on Thursday night. How are our fathers going to find the Thursday night football game? It's on Amazon, Dad. No, yeah, it's on Amazon. Just put it on your phone. It's going to get on your smart TV. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to Fox's new team, Kevin Burkhardt, along with Greg Olson. You got... what's her name on the sidelines?
Homer.
What's her name?
Michelle Tafoya?
No.
Susie Goldberg.
Aaron Andrews?
Aaron Andrews. They made it official today. And Tom Rinaldi. That's the first team on Fox. And then, of course, NBC's got their guys. They got Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth on Sunday Night Football. And then the Monday night game. Looking forward to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman and those guys. Lisa Salters on the sideline. I think it's going to be great. Football, man. I got nothing but love for football, but you were talking about the quarterbacks, and you're looking forward to seeing these great quarterbacks play. I'd have to debate you on if you think this is the best crop of quarterbacks. I could go back to the 70s and into the 80s. I mean, we could debate it. We really could. It's just a fun topic. It's such great quarterbacks. The bad thing is we don't have one here in Detroit. And I threw out something to you guys earlier today on the text, and someone put out, you got a 2-minute drill. Who is your quarterback? And you'll look at your month that you were born.
That's a great one.
January, Joe Burrow. That's yours. Right, Ryan?
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
And guess who we got in February?
Guess who we got in February? Braylon?
Jared freaking Goff.
Jared Goff.
Oh, side note before I forget, Maz. No, there is no debate. There's never been a crop of quarterbacks like there is right now.
Really?
Well, who did we have on last year during the season? Analyst, commentator for Fox. We
had Gus Johnson.
No, not Gus. He was. You know what I'm talking about.
Charles Davis?
I think. No, he's. Anyway, it'll come to me. But anyway, we were talking to him, and he's literally 61, 62, and he's been doing the NFL for. He's Fox, and he's doing the NFL for
Kevin Kugler?
Yes, he's Kevin Kugler. He's been doing it for a very long time, and we asked him that question, and he said he would have to say so. I mean, when you just think about. Every team has a stud damn near except the Detroit Lions, though. But when you look at the Herbert, and then you have a Joe Burrow, and then you have a Mac Jones, then you have a Tua, then you have Patrick Mahomes, then you have Josh Allen, then you have Russell, then you have Aaron Rodgers, then you still have Tom Brady, then you have Matt Stafford. Like it's just so many studs. They're star-studded.
So some of the best quarterbacks in the 80s, okay? Joe Montana, Dan Marino, John Elway. And then who? Jim Kelly?
Yeah, Jim Kelly.
Okay.
Are you talking 80s or 90s?
80s, 90s.
Oh, Troy Aikman?
Okay.
What's wrong with Troy Aikman?
Listen, though. Jim Plunkett, Boomer Esiason, Bernie Kosar, Dan Fouts.
Dan Fouts.
Steve Young, Warren Moon. Okay, but listen. Warren Moon, Steve Young.
Hall of Famers.
Troy Aikman.
You've named every Hall of Famer.
I know, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, but the thing
Kelly,
yes.
But the thing about
Marino, Elway, and that's 8 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, the thing about them, when you look at their numbers, man, like their numbers are like, no, they weren't throwing the ball like that. Like I look back at their numbers.
It's a different game.
I look back at their numbers. Like, I almost laugh. I was arguing with somebody. They were trying to tell, the whole, because AB wants to retire.
Yeah.
He wants to retire a Stiller. He says, I don't even want to play. I just want to retire.
That's because he can't play.
A Stiller. And they were talking about online, which arguing a bunch of people, saying that he wasn't the best wide receiver ever with the Steelers. They said he's not better than Lynn Swann. He's not better than Stallworth. I went and looked at their numbers. Stallworth never had 1,000 yards. I mean, not Stallworth. Lynn Swann.
But they were allowed to play defense.
Lynn Swann never had 1,000 yards.
You're not allowed to play defense now.
Lynn Swann never had 1,000 yards.
It's okay. Super Bowl MVP.
Let me ask
never had over 10 touchdowns.
I just mentioned
he's a little overrated. I do love him though.
Thank you.
I just mentioned 8 quarterbacks in the 80s and into the 90s, Hall of Famers. Okay, I just mentioned the 8 names for. Is Dan Fouts in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Okay, so 9.
Air Coryell.
Wait,
is Jim Plunkett in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
That's close. I think he might be.
No, he's there for sure.
There. 2 Super Bowl winners.
Okay,
and
let's just say he's in the Hall of Fame.
Jim
okay,
Plunkett he's one of the individuals.
How about Phil Simms?
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
He is.
No.
He's not.
I'm never a Phil Simms guy.
So let's just say there's 10 Hall of Famers in the 80s and into the 90s at quarterback, okay? Just quickly off the top of my head. You tell me if you think
I'm not taking any of those guys over the guys that play in the league now, except for maybe like Steve Young.
But he was the 70s. I went 80s, 60s. Let me ask you this. But that's not 80s either.
All right.
Let me ask you.
By the way, it's Joe Namath's birthday today.
Simple yes or no. Patrick Mahomes, potential Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Josh Allen?
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
Tom Brady?
Yes.
Justin Herbert?
Yes.
Potential?
Yes.
I mean, we don't know. Joe Burrow? Potential?
We do.
I mean, look at
I don't know.
Lamar Jackson? Potential? I mean, Deshaun Watson? Russell Wilson? I mean, Matt Ryan is a potential Hall of Famer.
Matt
Stafford is a potential Hall of Famer. I mean, you could go up and down the line of, and again, those numbers will move. Who's making the cut? But I just reeled off 10 guys for you now. In this season.
This is tough, man.
That are potential Hall of Famers.
And
that's good.
But when it starts from, too, and the reason why they're better now, and I sent some to the group chat a while ago, and, we forgot about it, but I can talk about it. It's just the work that they put in as kids now. It's all the various camps that you can go to. It's all the various film that you can go to. Like back in the day, you're talking about those guys like Troy Aikman and Jim Kelly and all those guys. Those guys just played football in the yard and, then realized they were pretty good and they went to high school and, then got a scholarship. These kids are at quarterback camps at 7 years old. They're learning dropbacks. They're learning technique. They're learning how to read coverage at 10, 11, 12 years old. By the time a Joe Burrow comes to Ohio State, he's ready to play as a freshman. And then he goes to LSU. By the time he comes to the NFL, Joe Burrow is a seasoned vet. He's not coming in as some kid. Like these guys are they're more mature with the process nowadays. Guys are ready to play. Kids are ready to play.
We forgot Brett Favre, by the way. I didn't mention.
90s though. Okay, Brett Favre. Okay, yeah. I did say. 80s
I mean,
if
I really took a deep dive on this and went team by team, I probably can come up with a couple more Hall of Famers for you from the 80s and 90s.
Probably. Yeah. But at the same time,
we're just talking off the top of our heads.
Yeah, off the top of our heads, and I think the moral of the story is
it's
that
a great class.
Neil O'Donnell.
The current quarterbacks in the NFL are so good. Forget about Hall of Fame. Yeah. They're so good and so talented that it's going to make the games just incredibly
but look
good
at the
this
rules,
year.
Man. The rules are different than it was back then. Ronnie Lott couldn't play in this freaking NFL.
No, and neither
he couldn't play,
and neither could your guy Lawrence Taylor.
Probably not.
He'd be suspended week in and week out.
Reggie White.
Oh, yeah. When grabbing all the jerseys and slamming them down, all those horse collars.
It's different, man.
Yeah.
That's why these numbers are so inflated. We were talking about a 6,000-yard passer in the beginning of the year.
No, we weren't. Ryan Ermanni was.
We were. You said it's not going to happen.
I don't think this is too far off, this 6,000-yard passer thing.
Yeah,
just wait.
Justin Herbert.
I was just going to say, just wait until you see what Justin Herbert does this year with two $20 million wide receivers on each side.
They can stay healthy, man. He'll have a chance at it. The only problem with that, and we broke it down then, I'll break it down now, it doesn't matter. When you try to get 6,000 passing yards, the most ever is Peyton Manning, is 5,400 yards. He literally had 300 or more yards in every game except two. Except 2 games. He was over 300 every game. And he still fell 600 yards short.
Wow.
Still fell 600 yards short.
That's incredible. That's an incredible number. Guys, I want to get into some Jared Goff Lions talk as well because Chris Sims is calling this year a make or break year for him. Well, no bleep, Sherlock. We'll talk about that. And where does Jared Goff rank in all of this stuff? Because there's that, and shame on all media outlets today. And I'll tell you why. Coming up next. But first, a message from Gypsy Vodka.
Oh, man, you feel that temperature outside. It's 86 degrees, man. Nothing like being on the golf course, taking mulligans and having a good time. Well, now you can take a mulligan to the golf course with you. That's right. Gypsy Vodka now has the mulligan. That's right. Iced tea, lemonade, and vodka. 8% alcohol. Very smooth. You know Gypsy Vodka. Corn distilled 6 times using artesian spring water. Stuff of dreams. And now they got the mulligan, man. So you know what? Take some of this. Go to the golf course. Because I guarantee you, if you're taking mulligans and drinking mulligans, you're going to have a damn good time. But remember, if you're drinking, drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Hey gang, want to tell you about Guardian Alarm. Yep, they're your local security experts, have been for over 90 freaking years. A good defense on and off the field helps you feel secure, gives you peace of mind. Whether you're at home or on the road, their 24/7 local monitoring makes sure what is important to you is safe. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT for peace of mind. That number again, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Call them today. Let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Listen, I was crossing Woodward earlier today.
Oh, man,
and
me too.
Who stops right before I cross? None other than a Guardian alarm truck.
Really?
Stops to say,
Was he?
yes! He's got his window down, and he's listening to Woodward Sports. He's like, I love you guys. And I just yell out, stay out! He starts laughing, and then he takes off.
Too bad the guy next to the Guardian Alarm truck did not stop.
No, it was fine. He did it well. But a shout out to Jason and the gang at Gypsy. At Guardian.
Guys, before I move forward with Lions and Jared Goff, I do want to get this in because all sports media ought to be ashamed of themselves today.
What happened,
And I'll tell you why. A judge has dismissed the charges against Denver Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy was charged criminally, arrested on May, and initially charged with second-degree criminal tampering with a domestic violence enhancer. It was a misdemeanor, but you throw those terms around domestic violence around a player or a person, that is a tag that you wear for the rest of your life, whether innocent, not guilty, whatever the case may be. You could just levy that charge against somebody, and that's a tag he'll wear for the rest of his life.
It's the same thing, Johnny Depp. You know, I was watching that Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial.
What's that?
Very, very, very closely. Amber Heard is a real piece of work. I'm free Johnny Depp. But it's what Johnny Depp said. He said, as soon as the allegations came out, soon as the subject heading came out, Johnny Depp, domestic violence, or Johnny Depp, whatever he say he did, those never go anywhere. And then when they're proven true or not true, like our friend Mateen Cleaves, how that whole situation played out, all this is right on the front page of the Detroit Free Press, front page of Detroit News, front page online. But then when you find out it's not true, and then when you get, you know what I'm saying, when you get off, you get acquitted,
you don't
find
see
out
it.
It's the smallest little article in the back of the newspaper.
So he's 23 years old.
I think he held her keys.
Yeah.
He wouldn't give her keys.
But again, that I don't know. I don't want to be disrespectful.
I get
here.
it.
You know, when you say those two words, domestic violence, you don't think
it's over.
He held his key. He held her keys. You think it was a lot worse than holding somebody's keys. And so this is the quote to ESPN. After reviewing the evidence, I always believed that no crime had been committed and that charges would be dismissed. And after the hearing in the case scheduled for Tuesday afternoon, the hearing was vacated by the district attorney's motion. Judge must still formally dismiss the charges, but the district attorney is not moving forward with this. And I just think for as much as you initially come out and say what the story is, Jerry Jeudy accused or arrested on domestic violence charges or whatever. One, it was he held her keys, which is, I'm not making light of that, but I do think there should be a distinction. And two, when the charges, I didn't see this anywhere today. I didn't see it anywhere today.
I didn't know what existed until you just said it.
I didn't see it anywhere today.
Meanwhile, when it first happened, and I said something on Twitter, because the sheriff's office from down there in Florida, whatever city they were in, the sheriff's office, they came out on Twitter and said, wide receiver Jerry Jeudy has been arrested. And they put out a whole press release. And I'm like, do they do press releases for everybody they arrest? Do they do press releases for everybody that may be a tampering with in a domestic violence situation. It's the dumbest thing ever. Everybody's looking for attention.
Right.
Everybody wants to put their business out there or put other people's business out there, especially athletes and celebrities. It made no sense for them to even put it in there.
Let me ask you this, and maybe I'm wrong. If you're caught urinating outside
of a children's school,
or anywhere,
anywhere.
Isn't that called? Is that like you're a sex offender?
So
if it's by a kid's school,
no.
Not that I pee outdoors.
No.
I'm just telling you.
So, actually, I'll tell you a personal story.
Yeah,
I was 20 years old.
Oh wow,
which was more than half my life ago. I'm 43 now. So when I was 20 years old, I was at a party at the Rooster Tail in Detroit,
Jefferson,
and I was peeing in the parking lot behind a car, down.
Yeah.
Cop rolls up, writes you a ticket for public urination.
Yeah.
Now, public urination is essentially indecent exposure.
Yeah.
If I was found guilty of that, I would have been on the sex offenders list for 25 years.
He was out there showing you tallywhacker, man.
Right. But I mean, you think about that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a sex offender? No, I was peeing in a dark parking lot behind a car.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
In the middle of the night.
Long story short, the cop never showed up to court, and everything is thrown out then and there
That's good.
on that day. But you're pooping your pants a little bit.
Yeah. That's
right. I mean, I'm a college kid. I went to the bathroom in a parking lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, oh, am I going to be on this list for the next quarter century?
It's so funny you say that. I served jury duty twice. And one time I served jury duty, go in there, you get the cases, you're sitting there, you try to figure out if you're going to be on the case or not. And one guy, had to report he was on a sex offenders list. So back then I didn't know what you were saying. I knew now before you just said it, but I didn't know it then. So I'm just hearing sex offenders list. I'm like, oh man, this guy's a
POS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's a POS. Like, this is terrible, man. Like, then I found out what he did and how he got on that offenders list, and then basically he moved and he forgot to register. It happened like 2 years. They're trying to throw the book at him, but he did the same thing. It was like late one night, he and his boy was out having some drinks, and he peed outside. And
that's tough.
So it's
tough the way they label you. It's tough.
So
to get
that's
away
kind of
from
what I'm
that.
saying about Jerry Judy. Long way to go around to get to Jerry Judy. Get it back on track here to Jerry Judy. Like, I just didn't hear anywhere today that these charges had been dismissed, and he's there were no criminal evidence or anything like that.
How about this
on his domestic violence?
And I can't remember the
charge,
kid's
which
name.
was holding her keys.
The former Vikings #1 pick, the wide receiver, he passed away in a car accident this weekend.
Oh,
he was on Arizona.
ridiculous.
He's on Arizona. This is 2 in a month now in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
First, you have the kid at Pittsburgh, the former #1 pick from Ohio State.
Haskins.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins. And it turns out he was drinking that night that he left that car and walked in the middle of traffic. And now this other kid passes away in a car accident too. It's not been a good season so far in the NFL for that. It's sad. 25 years old, both these kids.
Terrible. I did want to point out, and I'm going to take Duke Nukem on our YouTube chat, says that they finally changed that law in the last couple of years. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'll take his word for it.
Duke.
Yeah, Duke. They're not booing, they're duking.
Okay.
That's great stuff, guys. All right. By the way, watching the Tigers broadcast here, and Roger Clemens and the entire Clemens family.
Clemens is back.
What's her name again?
Susie
Waldman.
Roger Clemens is coming back.
Susie Waldman. Roger Clemens and the entire Clemens family have a suite at Comerica Park. They're wearing Clemens #2 jerseys.
Why?
Because the young man is probably going to play tonight. Cody Clemens.
Cody's coming back tonight.
First major league debut. What a
Did I tell you?
What a moment.
I sat behind Mrs. Clemens and her daughter.
No, you did.
Two spring trainings ago. I'm at Lakeland.
Oh, I thought you were talking about recently.
No, and Cody Clemens was up. They were there watching Cody Clemens at Lakeland. I was literally sitting behind her and her daughter, and they were FaceTiming Roger when Cody was up. And he hit a home run.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and he hit a home run.
Did you say, "Hey, Raj"?
Yeah, I waved. He didn't see me though.
Anyway, so funny.
It was pretty cool. I've been rooting for this kid. He's like a positionless guy because I think he's a corner infielder. first or third base, and you got guys at that position right now. I hope
Maybe
they can squeeze them in.
Maybe he can play second for Scope.
Yeah, maybe or DH.
Somebody has to.
Or DH.
Guys, shout out to Scope. Scope got 1,000 hits.
He's doing okay. Guys, we'll get back into the NFL next. Chris Sims says this is a make-or-break year for Jared Goff. What say you? Duh. But first, the message from MyBookie.
That's right. NBA playoffs are down to the finals. The championship game starts on Thursday. That's right. It's the Warriors and the Celtics. Who are you going to play in that one tonight? You got game one of the NHL Stanley Cup semifinals. It's the Oilers. Who are the Oilers playing in the West there? Oilers are playing who tonight? Avalanche. That's right. Got to play the Avs tonight. That's it, baby. Connor McDavid and Nate McKinnon going one-on-one. So make sure you use the promo code Woodward on mybookie.ag. They'll double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. That's free money in your pocket. Don't forget, use the promo code Woodward. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. If you have a gambling problem, please use the Michigan Problem Gambling Hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
Call it.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Gang, want to tell you about Wingsnap, fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken. Wingsnap has the best traditional wings. Try out those signature sauces, Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. Wings toss perfection in any sauce you pick. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a snob. Order online. Look for a location near you. Wingsnob.com. Wingsnob.com. We just have
better wings.
Better wings.
Yes, they do.
That's right. No open again.
I feel like I went to the bathroom and it was 6-1.
Yeah.
Or I went to get water and it was 6-1 and now it's 8-1.
There you go. No open, no music. Who are these guys running the show today?
What are you guys doing?
I don't hear music. We don't hear it, Stick.
It's okay. This is Stick's there you go. Stick's a rookie at this stuff. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm just making sure the music's not too loud. Because sometimes it's too loud and we want to hear your beautiful voice.
We welcome our good friend Stick to the show. Pinch hitting for Sam Flannel today. Stick, how you doing? Let's talk to you for a minute.
I'm doing well,
Saturday.
Man. Had a hell of a weekend. Ran into Braylon on Saturday. We were at Movement Festival. I was on a little bit of a mission that night, and then I was down there all 3 days, man. What a great weekend in Detroit. Best Memorial Weekend weather I think I can ever remember.
So I'll go there. Was mission accomplished?
I accomplished a lot of missions this weekend.
That's great.
It was a good time, man. Shout out to Paxahau for doing a great event down there, and Movement was fantastic. 2 Chainz, can't beat that.
It was. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Because from 2000, probably.
Look at this guy.
I know. I saw him over there wilding.
You know what? This is going to turn into a thing. This is going to be like Good Morning America.
Yeah.
We're going to have people out there holding signs and stuff. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I've been to Movement probably like 2011. I went to every movement 2011 through 2018. I went to all of them. This was like the most comfortable movement I think I've ever been to. Like, there was a lot of people, but there was space. It was easy. It was like easy moving around. The weather was beautiful Saturday night. So a nice breeze. It felt cool. Felt good.
And it was just good to be amongst people again, man. I miss concerts. I miss people. I miss that energy. I miss just all of it. So
that's really the point too, Stick, in Braylon, is all these big events coming back to the city. I mean, I can't think of a bigger event that this city has held in the last 3 years than hosting 300,000+ people down at Hart Plaza in downtown for Movement. I can't think of one other than this is the first big one.
I met some awesome people from Romania, and we met up every day and took pictures together and stuff. Like, it was great. Yeah, Romanian chicks.
The thing I love about
that's what's up.
We don't speak English, but that's okay.
They speak the language
Come
that
on,
matters.
Come on, Maz. What do you think this is?
What?
Canceled.
Oh, you told me Romanian girl. I thought they didn't speak
They
English.
speak Romanian.
Okay.
They spoke enough to get my number, so
That's good enough. I didn't mean anything by it.
Maz is hilarious. Man. I forgot what I was going to say.
That's it for me.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Try the veal.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Try the veal.
No, I was going to say that, it's interesting that, you have 300,000 or 500,000 before every year for movement. And you never, things never happen. The clubs stay open all night, which is the only weekend they allow that to happen in downtown Detroit throughout the year. Clubs stay open all night. You have all these people. They're doing more than just drinking alcohol. We'll say that. And you never hear, nobody dies. There's no murders. There's no fights. There's no nothing. It's just love. That EDM music and just music festival vibes, always different. Everybody's really there just to have a good time.
Yeah, I tried to describe it to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, it's just modern day hippies.
Right.
That's what it is. It's all about love, all about dancing, all about having a good time, and I was all
So
about
it's like
all
Woodstock then.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Woodstock downtown, no doubt.
Yep.
Gang, I want to get back into the NFL. We talked so much about quarterbacks in this game, and as we mentioned, 100 days to the NFL season starts, and one of the things that I'm most excited about in just generically talking about the NFL is all these great quarterbacks. We here in Detroit do not believe we have a great quarterback, but I think he is somebody you can win with. Now, do you got to build your franchise around him for the next decade? I don't think so. But I do think Jared Goff is somebody that you can win games with and potentially even a division championship and a couple of playoff games. We'll take our swings. Here's what Chris Sims had to say about him, that, essentially this is a make or break year. We'll get that up.
That's why it's a big year for him. This is the year, to me, that it's make or break. He's going to have to play good football, be consistent, and make some plays. We can't go through every game just going, he did pretty good today. He didn't screw it up. Yeah. Because that's really where we gotten a little bit with Jared Goff. He did pretty good today. He didn't screw it up. Or when those guys were open, he hit them. Right? That's kind of where we've gotten. Let's be serious here. That's right. All right. I'll say it. I know you're nodding your head. You're probably trying to be nice to the Detroit fan base a little bit. But you know what I'm saying a little bit.
Yeah. The only thing is that there was not a great backup situation for the Lions last year. And so when he was not available, which was a few games, they could do nothing. Tim Boyle could not do it. And Tim Boyle's probably not going to be on your list here.
No, he's not.
John Walford's not on your list. That's interesting. But there was a significant drop-off when he was not in the game. And so as a Lions fan, you know he has his limitations, but also at the same time
This is definitely a make-or-break year for Jared Goff, but in a different way for me. He's already been paid upwards of $30 million a year. Now, he's gotten to that plateau. So once you get to that plateau, it's not make or break. You're here. You're at that plateau. Somebody will always, pay you what you're worth and pay you that $30 million. What I think is his make or break is last year he didn't have the wide receivers until the end of the year. You didn't have the wide receivers. The running backs were injured. There was the linemen. There's always something. Well, this year you got a very, very, very good wide receiver corps, so we believe. DeAndre Swift comes back healthy this year. Jamal Williams as well. Offensive line is going to be there. Frank Ragnow, Taylor Decker, Penei Sewell. You'll have those guys in there, so you'll be taken care of. You got to show that you can be a starting quarterback in this league. Because you see guys like Jared Goff, you see guys like Carson Wentz, you see guys like Mitchell Trubisky, where they come in, the number one first-round draft picks, and then it doesn't work out for them, and slowly but surely they become Nick Foles. Now you're just a backup, which, $12, $13 million to be a backup quarterback isn't a bad gig. But that's not what Jared Goff wants. Jared Goff doesn't want to be a backup quarterback. He wants to be a starter. And I'm pretty sure he wants to get it done here in Detroit. So that's why it's a make-or-break year for him, for me. I think he has to prove that he can still be a starter in this league. Because if you don't have success after this year, and then there's one more year like that, you're no longer a starter in this league now, and now you're a backup. And you don't want to be a backup.
Carson Wentz as well. He's got a lot to prove.
Yep.
This is probably his last
Mitchell
chance.
Trubisky, Carson Wentz.
Yeah. There's a bunch of them out there, and that's
Jameis Winston.
I think the next step for all those guys that I just mentioned is they're going to take the next step into being a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
That's all. And you know what? I'll take Jared Goff as my backup quarterback.
I would love Jared Goff as a
$30 million. I'm going to pay him $10 million. But that's it.
I can
because you do need a real backup quarterback, which we don't have right now.
I'm not the biggest and in fact, I'm not at all a fan of Chris Sims. I never liked the guy for whatever reason, from his college playing days to nothing. I don't know why.
Something about Chris Sims and Casey Clausen. I ain't like either one.
I just don't like him. But he had him. That was his top 40 quarterback countdown.
Yeah.
And there's only 32 teams. He had Jared Goff at 30.
Yeah.
Right. I've seen lists with Jared Goff at 28, 29, 27, 25, maybe as high as 20.
No.
Maybe. But even that. You're talking about a guy that's outside of being ranked as by anybody. I'm not just saying by one guy.
Correct.
Find me a list of anybody outside of Detroit, Braylon, that has any sort of faith in Jared Goff. And again, I think I'm not going to go back on what I said. I think they win 10 games this year and potentially win a division. And I guess I shouldn't even say that because this is a conversation about Jared Goff right now, not a let's beat up on Ryan 10-win prediction thing. But I think you can win with him, but he's not a top 20, top 25 guy. And if he's not that guy, you constantly are looking for his replacement.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and it's okay. There are guys like that. Kirk Cousins just is not that guy. Some guys aren't that guy. They're good enough. Like Kirk Cousins is a guy, you put the right pieces around him. You put a Dalvin Cook, a Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. You revamp the defensive side of the ball, especially in that secondary. Kirk Cousins can get you to the second round of the playoff. Maybe even get you to
NFC championship.
NFC champions, a conference finals. He's not going to win you a Super Bowl. Same thing with Jared Goff.
You don't know that.
Like, I do know that because I saw it in action. He was in the Super Bowl and he didn't win. He didn't win. But you put the right pieces around him. You add Jameson Williams. You add DJ Chark. You add Aiden Hutchinson on offense. The defensive side of the ball in the draft. They got some good players. They got some good momentum, some good energy. They got a good identity. At least they feel it. They're buying into what their coach taught them last year and this year. Hey, man, I think he'll definitely have more success this year. Because you have more weapons. You have more. I think he's settled in a little bit. He likes Detroit. He's running around Birmingham with security guards. He's not doing that anymore. Mm-hmm. I think Jared Goff can be very serviceable for the Detroit Lions for the next 2 years. But he would never be the answer.
Kirk Cousins could get this team to the playoffs or win a game.
I agree.
That's my opinion.
And
right now,
next year,
as we speak, right now.
This Detroit Lions team?
Yes.
Nah.
If you believe that, I'll humor you for a minute. If you believe that, then you also should believe that Jared Goff can too.
No.
Why not?
Let me ask you a question. Which one of those two quarterbacks ever made it to a Super Bowl?
It's the team he was on. It's the coach that he had. Kirk Cousins is better than Jared Goff. Easily. Stick, you're there. You can put your mic on. You got an opinion. Go ahead.
I don't really have an opinion on this.
All right, shut your mic off.
Kirk Cousins and Goff. Goff's been there. Kirk Cousins, I don't know. They are the same guy to me, essentially. So if Goff is a little bit better, maybe Kirk Cousins needed that great throw to Stephon Diggs to get them to the championship game. I'm not impressed with either of them on that level, but I do think you put the right team around them. Both of them get you. Rex Grossman got to a Super Bowl. These guys can get you there.
I was just about to say that was Case Keenum. That people always forget that. But no, Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback than Jared Goff because one, his arm is stronger. Two, I just like the way he goes through his reads better. And then three, with Kirk Cousins, I see attitude. I see somebody that talks to the team. I see a guy that speaks up. I see a guy that gets guys lined up. He's not afraid to talk some stuff to his teammates, other guys on the offensive line. That's not Jared Goff. Jared Goff's just a...
Shut up. Shut up.
Nuh-uh.
Shut up. Nuh-uh. They won?
Yeah,
I love it.
And it's not a bad thing. Not everybody is a loud and vocal leader, and not everybody does all that. But at the same time, the energy that he had when he got that first win, when he threw the touchdown to Amon-Ra St. Brown, that energy, that's what I want to see out of a starting quarterback.
I'll eat crow, man. I hope he does well. That's all I'm going to say.
No, it's your opinion. Crow. It's fine.
It's fine.
I don't care. Again, we have these preconceived notions about many players, right? Kirk Cousins is one of those guys that I never liked.
State guy.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
$40 million a year.
Guys,
someone likes him.
You know who likes us?
The defense.
You know who likes us? In fact, they love us.
Who's that?
Aaron Glenn You're going to hear what he has to say about being the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions organization. We'll have that for you next. How much longer are you going to be able to keep this guy?
They try to poach him this year.
I know. We'll have that for you next. But first, a message from SMA.
The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, F word standing for fentanyl, is here to spread the awareness of fentanyl, what it does to the community, addiction abuse, as well as mental health. Go to thesportsma.com where you will find out it's okay to not be okay. All facts, all information, thesportsma.com. Sean Jordan does a very good job with that. thesportsma.com.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
I mean, I think I have the best job in the world. I really do. Man, I'm working for an outstanding head coach. I'm working for an outstanding owner, outstanding president, really good people in the building to work with. And I tell you, man, my main deal right now, I want to be the best coordinator Detroit has ever had. And I'm going to stand by that, and I'm going to continue to say that because I really believe that in my heart. And if the head coaching deal happens, it happens. But for right now, I think I have an outstanding job.
How do you not love this guy? Like legit love this guy.
So what I saw right there is a man that's telling you 2 years tops. 2 years tops. Aaron Glenn will be a head coach 2 years tops. He won't do past 2 years. You know, he's saying all the right things. He's going to get paid. Yeah. He was bigging himself up to Sheila Ham, to the GM, to the Coach Campbell. But I think 2 years. I think Aaron Glenn is a damn good coach. He was a damn good player. He understands his team. He wants to be the best, and I think he's going to do 2 years. He's going to really get that defense and Aiden Hutchinson moving in the right direction. And then I think once that happens, maybe get a playoff win in there, he'll take a job.
Look what he did last year with that defense. He kept them together. I
think that's 6 games under 16 points.
It's amazing.
Or 20 points
amazing with a bunch of the talent that they had out there. And God, man, if Jeff Okudah could get back on the field this year, that's going to help immensely. Plus the draft perks, Kirby Joseph, guys like that. It's going to be great, man. I think sky's the limit for this team.
You know, one of the fastest ways to get coordinators like Aaron Glenn a head coaching gig too is be good.
Yeah.
Like your team success, not just. You know, I could tell you that if you look at the Lions' defense last year, boy, they were really great. And I don't use that word loosely. I mean, they held 6 opponents under 20, had virtually no talent on there. So you could see that his defense was great or really good, however you want to say. You can kill me for the word great all you want.
Their defense was bad last year, but you can see it.
Yeah,
they kept them in a lot of games.
He knows what he's doing.
If the Lions win 10 games this year,
it's because
Aaron Glenn is a head coach next year.
Yeah.
If they win 5 or 6, he's probably the defensive coordinator for the Lions again the following season.
When they win 6?
Well, as Matt says, it's 5, 6, or 7. That's the only choices.
Yeah. That was it, man. Vegas knows. I'm just going with Vegas.
I'm telling you, 6 games sounds about right.
But also, I want to tell you, too, that I think it's great that he's talking about the organization the way he's talking about the organization. I mean, he's an outsider, right? I mean, he's got no affiliation with the Detroit Lions organization prior to coming in last year as the defensive coordinator. And he likes what he sees. And I think that is an important statement that he said last night or yesterday, too, because it was all about, not yesterday, but that when that sound was taken, it was all about, Dan Campbell and Rod Wood and Sheila. Yeah. That's organizational success that you're talking about.
Yeah, he sounds very excited. He sounds content. He sounds happy because let's call a spade a spade. When you think about the Lions organization and what they have been. They don't have the best track record in terms of running a smooth operation, in terms of bringing in the right guys, in terms of drafting the right guys, in terms of the cohesiveness, being of one mind, the GM, the president, and the owner. So the fact that everything is going the way that we've always hoped it would go, everybody's in lock and step right now. Everybody is doing this thing, believing in the same message, in the same goal. Everybody is speaking highly of one another. It's a good-looking thing. And when you hear, your coach, your defensive coordinator have a press conference like that, makes you feel excited. It makes you feel very optimistic about the future.
You got anything on that, Maz?
No, but I will say this: the 3-1-3 gear that the Lions coaching staff has been wearing. A lot of people are loving it, and they're waiting for that to be dropped down. But maybe we could drop something like that. Who knows? Maybe Woodward Sports came up with something like that. I'm just looking forward to it.
Tell the guys in the back right now. Design some 313 stuff if you're in the back watching right now.
People loving it.
What was the one shirt that you came up with last Friday, Stick?
That was the Konstantinov quote that just said, beat them.
Beat them.
Yeah,
beat them.
Go.
We need that on a shirt. Just says, beat them.
Was that great or what?
Powerful. Powerful.
I did not see that on Friday, gentlemen. I saw it this morning, the trailer for the ESPN 60. It's not a 30 for 30, but it's almost the same thing. It's a special E60 on the Red Wings and the Avalanche rivalry.
Yep.
Amazing.
I tell you what, man, the state of Michigan, our sports, we have had some great 30 for 30s, man. You look at the Fab Five, you look at Bad Boys, you look at Malice in the Palace, and now you have the Colorado Avalanche and the Red Wings from the early 90s. Man.
Can't wait, man. And we were there tonight. We were there. Woodward Sports was there shooting when Claude and Darren was sitting on that stage together.
On the trailer, the flag,
the green flag.
Yeah, that pop-up banner, it just wound up on stage somehow.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, but that's great. But again, I remember back to those times too. I hated Colorado.
Yeah.
I hated Joe Sakic. I hated Patrick Roy. I hated Claude Lemieux. Physically,
Patrick Roy got us
them.
twice. Yeah.
Physically hated them. I don't feel like that about anybody now.
Yeah.
I don't. Who do you hate?
Doesn't that suck?
It does.
See, I always have the Boston Red Sox. My hate will always.
Right.
I'm like the eternal flame on JFK's grave. It will always burn. But hate for the Red Sox.
I don't think I currently hate any team, or worse off, I don't think I hate any player. Part of being a sportsman is hating players too.
Yeah.
You hate it. You hate those guys that play for the team that you don't like. Do you guys YouTube chat? Anybody hate anybody currently right now? Do you hate any? Well, I mean,
we stink. So the hatred is kind of burned off.
I guess I hate Ohio State, but even after getting their teeth kicked in for 20 years, even that was like, thank you, sir, may I have another? That hate kind
and they
of
were even cool. They was like, we're glad they won. Now we can make it a rivalry again. So, to your point, I hate Notre Dame.
I hate Notre Dame too.
I hate Notre Dame, but even my hate of Notre Dame isn't like what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like the way we felt about the Colorado Avalanche in the mid-'90s and the late '90s, like we hated them. Like what we watched Lemieux do to Draper, was criminal.
Yeah. Yep.
Like it was criminal, and they stopped us from winning the cup. So it's like, so you start mixing all those things in together, man. And it really developed hate, man. You hated those guys.
Like growing up, I hated the Boston Celtics too, and I texted you this earlier because my favorite championship team. Is the 1989 Detroit Pistons because
damn good one.
I was 10 years old, and it was right in my wheelhouse, and they made me love sports. Those '89 Pistons because they got through the vaunted Boston Celtics, who I just hated the Celtics, but that team was all about winning, doing whatever it took to win. Whatever it takes, you win by all means necessary.
They were SOBs.
You go get it, and you compete. The will that team had to compete, I mean, it lights a fire in me. That team, so a long way to get around the fact that I hated the Boston Celtics growing up, but now I'm like, oh, look at this Celtics organization. This is great.
What a great uniform.
It looks different.
What a classic
I love
uniform.
that shamrock.
Look at this first-year head coach at Dick's, Neil Long. How great is that? Good
Look
for him.
how cute the leprechaun is.
He's the man. Neil Long was
the parquet floor.
Neil Long was an object of a lot of desires back in the early 90s. You talk about Iodoka, man, and talking about the Celtics, talking about hate. I just never really hated anybody. I didn't. Even when
That's a shame.
don't know. I just love sports. I just love sports. So even like, you know, when I'm the 80s, I love Jordan. So like I don't hate Jordan. And plus we're beating Jordan. I don't hate Jordan. I like the Lakers. Like never hated anybody.
Hey, someone popped up today. The 89-90
I hate
Pistons.
the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that's true.
The 89-90 Pistons versus the 04 Pistons. Who would you take in a 7-game series?
Let's give you that answer next. But first, a message from the Folding Warehouse. I got to race to the bathroom.
In Hamtramck. That's right. Chris Hunt invented that game. My two favorites, football and bowling. Put them together, it's folding. That's right. Couple ways to play. $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation. 10 or 12 of your closest friends or family. That costs you $120, but you get it for 2 hours. Bring your own food in, have it delivered, have a picnic for all they care. The place is humongous. The bar is always high, and the $2 mystery beer machine. Check that out. Get yourself a $2 beer. They also have over 100 beers to offer in multiple full bars. Get your fold on. Check them out at foldingwarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
Detroit sports by Detroiters and for Detroiters. This is Detroit Sports Network. This is Woodward Sports.
All right, guess what? It is 86 degrees outside. That means summer's coming, so you want to get in shape. Go to Planet Fitness right now because at Planet Fitness, your fitness is essential. And also, if you are a child, ages 15 through 19, right now, for the summer only, Planet Fitness is allowing you to come work out for free. That's right. From May 19th to August 31st, you can work out at Planet Fitness the whole summer. Part of the summertime pass at Planet Fitness. Get in shape mentally and physically. Planet Fitness, man, all 88 locations are free of charge for kids 15 and 19. So kids, take advantage, man.
Only $10?
Only $10.
I will say this.
For the family?
Shout out to Planet Fitness. I don't think this is getting enough publicity at all. What they're doing for the kids out there.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I really don't. And I mentioned it on the news today as well because we did this story. Our kids are so mentally effed up.
Yeah.
For a number of different reasons. But, you know, the last 3 years have been hardest on them.
Yeah. I could imagine. I could imagine being, going through that, and these teenagers going through that for the last 3 years. I'm glad
not playing sports and not going to school and covering your faces and not seeing all kinds of emotion or talking to your friends. It's been a disaster. So for Planet Fitness to say, you know what, we want you to come here. Go for a 10-minute walk. Is that going to solve all your problems? Yeah. No. But at least it'll give you a little bit of a breather. Sometimes in life, you just need a freaking breather.
Man, you're absolutely right. So yesterday, I was talking.
Amen.
Yesterday, I was on the phone. I was talking to some people who were like, man, last night you just went for a walk. So I was like, you know what? Why not? It's a nice day outside. It's a nice night. Went for a walk. Went for a nice walk around the neighborhood. Was talking on the phone. Probably about a 30-minute walk. Man, it was some good time. I just felt better. Like it was nice. I felt better after I walked. Felt clear. Mind was clear. Went back downstairs in the basement. Just felt really good. Get out the house, man. And that's what Planet Fitness is allowing because that mental, man, when you work out, it goes lock and step and key with looking and feeling good.
And another cool thing that Planet Fitness, because you said they're letting high school kids work out, like high school teams are starting to go. Like if you're on a football team, you want to go with all your boys, get a workout in, a baseball team, volleyball, whatever you do, take the whole team, man, and build that team camaraderie too. But yeah, to your point, awesome job by Planet Fitness.
I just think what they're doing is tremendous. I really do, and I hope people take advantage of it. I really do, because not many things in life that are free. And if you're a teenager, a high school kid, this is. How about that? Maz, you had brought up, talking a little basketball.
Yeah.
Who would win in a 7-game series between the bad boys and the going to work guys?
That's what someone put out. I immediately thought it would be the Hall of Famers.
Bad boys.
It's the bad boys.
Yeah, I would think so.
It's not close.
Well, I think it's close.
I don't think it's close.
I think it's a 5-game series.
5-game sweep.
Fletch, put up a poll on YouTube.
I agree right now, because you just have too many scores on that 89 team. You got Zeke can score, Joe D can score, Vinny can score. Mark Aguirre's averaged 30 when he played for the Mavericks. Now you got guys that can score. Then you have the defensive side with Sally. Rodman will be in Ben's head. Ben will get ejected. Rasheed Wallace will get ejected every game because Warren would be in his head. I just think the mixture of that. Like, you got to look at that Pistons team, man. Like, if Isaiah Thomas doesn't fracture his ankle in 87, and I know you play.
They could have won 4 in a row.
I was just about to say that. The infamous Bird steals the ball.
That would have been awesome.
For 4 in a row. And then if you don't steal Rick Mahorn from us in 90, in the expansion draft to the Magic.
Timberwolves.
Well, I'll do you slightly one better. What about the phantom foul on Lambeer in Game 6 in the 88 finals?
88.
I mean, you could essentially have definitely a three-peat. They should have three-peated that Pistons bad boys team. And then should have three-peated.
And then that changes the landscape. When you from an outside of the state of Michigan or outside the city of Detroit, you have to look at the Detroit Pistons in a different light. Like if you're Chicago or LA or wherever, you're a basketball fan, you now have to look at the Detroit Pistons have won 3 championships in the 80s, one of the hardest, arguably the hardest era in basketball ever. They beat Magic, they beat Michael, they beat Bird, they beat Dr. J. Like, you start throwing all that out there, that's up there with the best ever.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
There aren't many NBA teams that have won 3 or more titles either.
Yeah.
It's a very short list. How many? Here you go. You've got the Bulls,
Spurs,
Celtics, Spurs, Lakers, Warriors, Heat,
Knicks,
Pistons.
Oh, Knicks have 2.
That's about it.
Is there anything more than that?
Do the Heat have 3? I think LeBron won.
No, he don't have 3.
They won 2.
Are you talking 3 in a row?
No. Just 3.
Oh, yeah,
3.
D-Wade and Shaq
D-Wade and Shaq won.
Yeah,
LeBron won 2.
That's 3.
Right? He won 2 there in Miami, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Not 1.
He lost in 11. He won 12 and 13, and he lost 14.
And one of the interesting things that Nick Leach and I were looking at earlier today, too, is if you look at the runs that the Pistons have had, like with the bad boy Pistons, they went to the conference finals, I believe, 5 years in a row. And then with the going to work Pistons, they went to 6 in a row. So 11 years of Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know of any other team that made those 2 types of runs.
Yeah, here you go. Here's the list. Here's the list. Boston, L.A., Golden State, Chicago, San Antonio, Philadelphia,
yeah,
and Detroit.
Philadelphia?
Well,
like
they
from the 40s.
Well, they count them as no. Actually, I'm not going to count Philadelphia because they got 55 as the Syracuse Nationals in 1967.
In that case, the Lions won Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
The Sixers have 1.
No doubt. So swap out Philadelphia and Miami.
And the Knicks only have 2.
Knicks have 2, Bucks have 2, Rockets have 2, and then everybody else has 1.
Bucks got 1 with Jabbar while he was Lou Alcindor.
But I mean, think about that. That's 7 franchises. They're one of only 7 franchises to have ever won 3 or more championships in the NBA, and that's pretty good considering that the Boston Celtics had made the NBA Finals 21 times.
How about the Lakers-Celtics 12 times against each other?
53 NBA Finals appearances between them. That's 55% of all NBA Finals appearances has featured either the Lakers or the Celtics.
And if you guys have not seen the Lakers-Celtics 30 for 30, it's a 3-parter. You're doing yourself a disservice.
Ice Cube,
Watch it.
Donnie Wahlberg.
It's amazing.
Mark
Amazing,
Wahlberg.
yeah. It was an amazing. That's my favorite one. I love the Bad Boys one, but this one was my favorite.
You know, if you like that as well, the I Am Magic on Apple TV, that was really good too. It's a 4-episode series.
That's it. That's all it is.
And it's a really good watch. I was glued to it. And he talks about those Lakers Celtics and the relationship with Bird and all that. Pretty fascinating stuff.
He's got a whole one with Isaiah. The second one is with him and Isaiah.
Yeah, I got to watch that one too. Because I watched some of it, but it just seemed real heavy on the cookie and magic stuff. And obviously, I get it. I mean, you know, you can track HIV.
I was interested in that for some reason. I was intrigued by this.
You're a married man.
How did she stay with him? He abandoned her like 4 different times. 4 different times he broke off the engagement with her. 4 different times.
Follow the money, Maz. Follow the money.
It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what?
I would hope it's this love.
But you know what it is, man? Like you said, you hope it's love. They're from the same hometown. They went to the same middle school.
Yeah.
They went to the same high school, same college.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they've known each other forever. So she knows who Irvin Magic Johnson is. And she chose to be with Irvin Magic Johnson.
Right.
Yeah,
and you know what? He even was with her girlfriend. I mean, he did a lot of bad things to poor Cookie.
Hey, man,
that's all I got to say.
And they're still together.
He was only 18.
They're still together.
They are still together.
They're still together.
That's true love.
That is true love. No matter what.
Hey, you know what I got to bring up before we leave today is Joc Pederson against Tommy Pham in baseball.
We'll do it next.
You will not believe this story, folks. These are 2 professional baseball players fighting over fantasy football.
Out of the red corner.
Mickey's about to hit a home run.
Football.
I put money home run right now.
You think so?
I thought the game was over.
Well, it is. It's 8-2 Twins in the 8th.
Uh-oh.
Oh, get out of here. No. Oh, my gosh, Braylon.
Hey.
Wow, warning track power.
Hey, it was close.
How did you? I was like, do you know something we don't know? Tommy Pham slaps Joc Pederson. One of the most interesting stories in sports right now. What it was over. We'll have that for you coming up. But first, a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac. It is no secret that new cars are hard to come by, but they are available at Les Stanford. You got to make a plan, though. Allocation coming in for lease or purchase of new vehicles. Les Stanford has over 350 pre-owned cars on their lot right now. All makes, all models, all years. Some with less than 500 miles on them. For more, visit LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com. Find new roads. Find them.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for all of your game day bets. Tonight, the Stanley Cup playoffs, Western Conference Finals, Avalanche, Edmonton. We got Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon. It's going to be a great matchup. I've already been to OddsTrader.com. I already got the line I wanted. Make sure you get to OddsTrader.com to get the best line possible for tonight's game. Whether you're taking the Avs or Edmonton, totally up to you. I got Edmonton on this one.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Right back here on a Tuesday in the city of Detroit.
Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday. We got to thank Maddie. You know, honestly, I got to tell you, I did not get any tacos today.
There's still some out there.
I know there is. I was gonna. Wasn't hungry.
I might nibble on one before I do Nick Leach's golf podcast.
Yeah, doing a little golfing podcast today, are you?
You got to represent me.
Pretty good.
Leach is the resident golfer here at Woodward Sports.
Where's your Tiger Woods hat?
You know, I'm represented by Mizuno, man. So I have to shout out to my boy.
How many under was Nick Leach in the tournament last weekend?
He didn't play.
Why not?
I don't know.
Someone forgot to give him an invite.
Oh, God. I love it.
Well,
see what had happened was
today.
I love you, Nick Leach. I love you. I got your back, Nick Leach. We'll take care of that next time. Maz, what were you saying earlier?
We were talking about the Bad Boys against the 04 going to work Pistons. And KB, Ken Brown from our good friend Ken Brown.
Love Ken Brown.
He says, if Detroit wins in 87, do they trade Adrian Dantley the next year? And then following up, do they win 3 in a row then? I don't think so.
That's a great point.
Because if they win, maybe they keep Dantley.
Not a good point, a great point.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have kept Dantley. Like, it just was like the friction between he and Isaiah, the friction between he and the other players as well. It was there and it was heavy. It was very noticeable that year as well. Even if they win the championship, I think AD goes regardless.
But is there that friction if you're winning a championship together? Maybe,
right. Winning cures all.
Yeah, right. Is there all that friction if you've actually won the title? Oh, maybe we can coexist.
And then you can go to 04 and say, if they didn't take Darko and they take Dwayne Wade or Carmelo Anthony,
Tayshaun block doesn't happen.
Right? Do they win 6?
Yeah.
Do they go 6 times in a row to the Eastern Conference Finals and even win?
No, they go
a
8
championship
times in a row and win 3 titles.
I mean, geez,
At least had 2.
There's always that what if with the Pistons.
No doubt.
Always that what if.
What if they didn't suck?
That's the question. Right. Okay, guys. NHL.
No, we're doing Joc Pederson.
Oh, Joc Pederson. That's right. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I got you.
I told you the Rangers was gonna be. I told you it's gonna be a blowout.
Run this down for it.
I tweeted it.
Matt, run this down for
us. Game started.
All right, Joc Pederson. He now plays for the San Francisco Giants. Played for the Dodgers. Tommy Pham plays for the Reds. He used to play for the Padres. So Dodgers, Padres, they got things going. Turns out Tommy Pham and Joc Pederson play in this high-stakes fantasy football league. And there was a rule, if you got a guy on the injured list, you could stash another guy on your bench. Tommy Pham didn't know that, and Joc Pederson took advantage of that rule. He just followed the rules. Well, Tommy Pham has been upset for over a year about this. We're talking fantasy football. And now it bleeds onto the field. And let me show you.
They did not fight over fantasy football.
Listen,
well, it was a one-way fight.
The Reds are playing the Giants. It's the pregame. Let's run the video, and you're going to see the moniker. It's a radio station put this out. Let's look in the outfield. You're going to see Tommy Pham in his warm-ups slap Joc Pederson. Slap his face.
Oh.
Slapping him.
Man.
Okay, let's take it further now. Here's Joc Pederson saying,
not a small guy either.
No, he was shocked. Here's Joc.
Where have I seen that before?
Yeah.
Slapped you. Yeah, that happened. That was the only physical part. Yeah.
Are you able to expand on maybe what preceded that? Why that would be a outcome?
We were in a fantasy league together. I put a player on the injured reserve when they were listed as out, and added another player, and then there was a text message in the group saying that I was cheating because I was stashing players on my bench. And then
he didn't like it.
I don't know. I looked up the rules and sent a screenshot of the rules. How it says that one of.
Well, he played by the rules.
He was serious.
Tommy Pham still didn't like it. This is the gif that he put out when the Dodgers and Padres were fighting it down to the wire last year, and the Padres kind of fell off the wagon. He put this up about the Padres.
This is so good. This is so good.
Look.
This is so good.
So not only are there a bunch of Padres in this league, the only one that got pissed was Tommy Pham. And Tommy Pham, let's put up his tweet now, if you can there, Fletch. Tommy Pham's tweet.
Do you want Tommy Pham on your team or Joc Pederson on your team?
Well, Tommy Pham was a good ball player. Played for
they're both good ball players.
But Joc is really lighting it up right now. Here's what Tommy said.
You're messing with my money, and you're going to say some disrespectful bleep. There's a code to this. Oh, man, this dude is way too serious.
You, man, if you got to do a deep dive into this, there's like 10 minutes of audio from Joc Pederson in different situations here. You got to look at it. But, Bray, you guys, you're in the locker room. Did you play fantasy sports against your team?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
I never was in the fantasy
sport.
sport.
So you're the wrong guy to ask.
We bet and did some other things. I just never was in the fantasy sports, man. Like
I fight it out with my guys. I do. I fight to the death.
I got friends.
What do you fight about, though?
I got friends that play. You know, they argue and they get after it and they get mad. But
I've seen friendships end over fantasy for sure. It's all like everybody gets moral and everybody is right. I mean, we had one here last year, and Alex Mayer damn near ran the thing into the ground because he didn't want to approve a trade because he didn't like that these team would have that. And it's like it's all that
because of the trade.
Wasn't it Lamar Jackson?
It was Mike trade.
It was Lamar Jackson.
It was Kittle because he didn't want Kittle and Kelsey on the same team.
What's
and it was
the
like,
trade?
I traded Kittle for Lamar Jackson.
Which is a fair trade, right? But he didn't want Kittle and Kelsey on the same team, so he vetoed the trade. And it's like, it's not about what you want as the commissioner. And the league almost blew up because of it.
Well, thank God he's not the commissioner of this year's
He was
league.
on YouTube's chat earlier. Say, what's up, Al May?
What up, Al May?
Al May, baby.
So, listen, man, teammates in fantasy football playing for big money. And Tommy Pham did not like that Joc Pederson used the rules that Tommy didn't really use.
What's big money in that league? I'd love to know. They never never disclose what that is.
I know Joc makes a lot more than Tommy. That I know.
So we used to play a game called Boo-Ray. And Boo-Ray is like, would essentially be like 5-card stud mixed with war. So it's like, that's the basis of the game, right? So we used to play, and the pot doesn't have to go. It doesn't have to go. The pot can stay. If there's a push, like nobody wins outright, so there's two books and 2 books, then the money stays. It keeps going back and keeps going back. The highest I've seen that pot get up to was 130,000. About 130,000 I saw a pot get up to. Right, and this was another game. This is called In Between. The way you play In Between is also known as AC Doocy. So,
I know about AC
All right,
Doocy.
so you know AC Doocy.
That's a tough one.
So you know AC Doocy. You know AC Doocy stick. All right, so we were playing AC Doocy. Pot got up to about 150. Guy gets the king.
$150 or 150 grand?
Oh my God!
No, 150,000. So
please.
So if you guys are listening, you guys out there watching, AC Doocy is. You get 2 cards, and then you got to guess if your card is going to be in the middle. So obviously, when you get these cards, the ace and the ace are the best ones to get because you can get anything in between the 2 aces or ace and king, whatever it is.
Unless another ace comes up to screw you.
Exactly. So exactly. So it's ace. Ace is the biggest because it's the biggest like variety.
Yeah. Or ace to king.
You can go 2 to king, right?
So how many hands does it go?
So what happens is it's just to the pots. You just keep going to the pots. You re-up on the pot. But when the pot's there and it's on you, it's your turn. You say how much money you're gonna put in.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? So when you say pot, like when you say, all right,
I'll match it.
Yeah, I'm matching. You know what I'm saying? Then you can match for a certain amount of money. You can say out of that pot, I'll say $500 or $1,000 or
the whole thing.
Pot. You say pot is the whole thing. So we're on the plane, and this is Corey Williams, who actually played here. Corey Williams played for the Lions for a little bit, defensive lineman. He got an ace, and he got an ace.
And then he got another ace.
Oh, my God.
And he was feeling so good because the pot had been sitting there like the whole flight. It was a long flight, too. It was like San Diego to Cleveland. So we played for a long time. The pot was huge, 150,000. Everybody was scared.
My stomach hurts just listening to this.
Yours.
I literally got an ace. I literally got maybe like a king and a 3. And I didn't mess with it. I was like, I'm good. It's too much money in there.
I would have called you out.
100%. So he gets an ace and an ace, and he says, pot. 150,000. He says pot.
Hurts. Any card but an ace, he takes the pot and the game's over.
That joker flipped over an ace. I wanted to cry for him.
So now the pot's $300K.
300 grand. 300 grand was.
He don't have 150K like that to throw away.
300, like 150K. Wow. Like when it was one of those realization moments, like when he hit and got an ace and had to call for 150.
You knew what gambling was
like,
for you.
You know what? I'm taking my ass back in my seat, man. Go play this PSP.
My God, dude. What do you do with it? Who ended up winning?
No, Robert Smith.
Really? Michigan State?
He took home 300 G's?
Nah. He when he hit the big pot, I think it was down to about 125.
Okay.
By that time, a lot of guys chunked at it, but you see some things on that plane, man, guys. And the thing is, we work with you. We see you every day. It's not like you can hide. Like if you owe money.
Did you play with 1 deck or 2?
Thank God for you,
2.
Braylon.
Oh my God!
Yeah, play with 2.
300K. Oh, I love you.
Man, it was tough, man. You see guys. I saw fights. I've seen a lot in the locker room. I've seen a lot.
Glad to have you on my side, Braylon.
Same, man. Same, buddy.
Oh, God, I love you. We're gonna come back. Now, there is one name I want to bring up, get your take on him. I saw him today, actually.
Uh-oh.
A blast from the past.
Okay.
We'll bring that
Football,
up. Plus,
basketball?
Football.
Okay.
Plus Maz's videos of the day. But first, a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts.
Tell us about Lady
for
Jane's.
Men. And let me done.
Yeah, tell me about Lady
I feel like Jimmy Fallon on this.
I was watching Jimmy Fallon, The Wheel of Impressions. Oh, man, it's
very good.
They're so good.
I'm not a fan.
As you know, we broadcast this show live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Birmingham. Definitely awesome to get off the air, get myself looking real handsome and clean by one of their talented stylists. King's Treatment Precision Haircut, that's right. Over 100 locations nationwide, many of them locally here in the Metro Detroit area. All you got to do, walk in, sign in, sit down, and before you know it, you are handsome and clean.
Ooh-wee.
Open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Get to a Lady Jane's near you. It's so wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Detroit sports by Detroiters and for Detroiters. This is Detroit Sports Network. This is Woodward Sports.
Before we get to Maz's videos of the day, Braylon ran into Julius Curry today. Love Julius Curry. I've known Julius Curry since the 6th grade.
Blast
Oh
from
my
the
God.
past.
Just one of the great people in our state. Just really fun. Said he wants to come in and do a show with us sometime.
Yeah, man, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Julius Curry went to Bishop Gallagher High School. He and his brother Marcus, who also went to Michigan with me. Great times, man. He took care of me my freshman summer. Let me come up there. Actually, when I went to the Michigan camp, going into my senior year, I stayed with Julius that summer. But just always being, I didn't go to high school with Julius. I was a king when he was still at Gallagher. But I always treated me like a brother. And just an amazing guy.
I played against
Sean too.
Yep, I
From
played.
SMA.
I played against Julius Curry back in the day. Little Saint Veronica
He was
versus Saint Matthews.
Oh, Saint Matt.
CYO action.
Ooh.
And I think I held my own back in the 6th
Julius
grade.
was all-state his
In
senior
the
year,
7th
in
grade,
97.
8th grade.
Yeah, St. Matt, St. Hugo's.
That's great, man. Love Julius
St.
Curry.
You peaked then.
Oh
That was your
man,
peak.
big time.
That was your
big
peak.
time. More
He was,
ways than one.
Julius Curry was one of the big factors in the last time we were talking about playing Ohio State. Julius had an interception to seal the game last time Michigan won at Ohio State. We were talking about that last week.
Oh wow, we got to bring him back then.
Yeah, last time Michigan won, Julius Curry had an interception at the end of the game to seal the deal.
I love it.
All
I
right,
love
we're gonna have him on our Michigan Ohio State show. Then.
perfect.
That's gonna bring the good vibes.
And he's in town, so let's get him in here over the next couple of
He
weeks.
does truck racing and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. All right, it's that time of the day we like to play
Maz's
videos of the day.
And now it's time for Maz's Videos of the Day, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, I'm going to start you off in Bristol, Connecticut. We hear about this famous ESPN cafeteria where you can just eat like a king, I think for $5 or less. This is Laura Rutledge's Twitter, and she takes us inside Bristol's cafeteria. Check it out.
Food's overrated.
Everything the NFL Live crew ordered at the SPN cafeteria today.
Caesar wrap with avocado and bacon, grilled cheese, curly fries, and a pickle.
We have a chicken burrito with Spanish rice, lettuce, sour cream, and cheese.
Do I have to eat it? It looks good though. It's just a chicken Caesar salad. I have to repeat.
Plain and simple.
Wow.
Quesadilla.
What's in there? Chicken?
Chicken, cheese, play it safe.
I got a quinoa salad here with some avocado, some cucumbers. All right, I'll take a bite for you.
Take a bite. Come on.
All right, wait, gotta get some avocado in there.
But I do got the spinach version.
Love
of
it.
course, with the bacon and avocado too.
This is flickpotle. Ooh. I got some pulled chicken, chopped lettuce, some salsa, some sour cream, and some cheese. Oh, that looks good. I guess it's a little flickpotle too. Just a little rice, chicken, avocado, essentials. Just trying to stay healthy.
Wow, getting swole.
Water. That's all I got. Because you gotta heat up the chicken inside, toast the wrap on the outside. Look at them. Bang. Don't sleep.
$50?
Look at all these people.
$50. The guy bought everyone lunch. 11 lunches for $55.
Wow, is that something or what? That's pretty darn good.
That's the famous.
That's a pretty darn good deal.
One of my favorite commercials. Remember when Arnold Palmer was in the cafeteria making? Oh, and Stuart Scott's like, oh, look at him. He's making an Arnold Palmer.
He
a
was
little
doing
lemonade, a little tea, a little lemonade.
He was doing the golf announcer voice.
Oh, it was so
That
good.
is so good.
So good. All right, let's take you to Notre Dame now.
Mr. Scott.
Tight end Eli Raritan. How much weight is Eli Raritan? How much weight is he pumping iron here? You tell me.
It's Notre Dame. I care less.
Oh my God! Look at this guy.
This guy said he's ready for the season.
There's a half rep.
Oh!
Get it.
Get it.
Really get
Pump
in there.
that iron. Pump that iron.
Wow. I'm trying to look if those are 45 or they look like 25s.
That still looks heavy.
You know what?
That's back-breaking heavy. Jeez.
Trying to get a read on it.
Wow. Very
No,
good.
you
Good
said
music
it's
too
Notre
on
Dame?
behind it.
It looks like high school.
He's got no audio, or you hear something on there?
I don't know.
Oh, music's copyrighted.
There you go.
Such as life.
It's all copyrighted.
Right?
It's all copyrighted.
Anyway, there you go for Notre Dame. Remember last week I showed you the skipper of that little boat that he crashed into the dock? This is a Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Seas crashing
get outta
into a
here.
dock in Jamaica. I'm
Get outta
talking
here.
A Royal Caribbean. This happened last week. Look at this.
No.
They're screwed.
Oh my God.
Skipper, you're getting a little close there, Skip. Oh, it's okay. It's all right.
This is the Titanic?
There's plenty of docks.
Yeah, he's not exactly driving
Look at this thing.
focus.
Oh my
You hear
gosh.
that thing? Oh, God. That's a Royal Caribbean, the Harmony of the Seas.
That's what you call a royal
my
F
God.
I think these people are getting a freebie coming back. What do you think? Are they getting
my
Are
God.
they getting a free vacation out of this?
Man.
I don't know. Are they? Do they want one?
Not with that cruise line.
I'd still go.
You would?
I just
Hell
need a new
yeah.
pilot.
I'll still
A new
go.
captain.
Very good.
Hell, I'll let Braylon be the skipper.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't mind.
Hey, I tell you what, the good thing about it is it's the middle of the ocean. I can't hit anything.
Good point.
It's just the middle of the ocean.
As long as there's
So
no
good.
icebergs. Listen, I'm going to show you now the worst strikeout in baseball history.
Okay.
This is the
Call
double A.
third.
This is the double A Hartford Yard Goats. His name is Josh Fuentes. Watch Josh Fuentes strike out. Comes the pitch.
Oh my God.
Okay, it's a wild pitch. Now watch. He swings now like taking a practice swing.
Oh.
That's a strikeout.
Oh my God.
What?
Are you serious?
That's a strikeout. He's in the box. He didn't get a timeout. He swings after the fact. And
Wow.
he has struck out. Can I get a for sure that's the worst strikeout ever?
That is a 1,000% for sure.
That was awful. Like, do we know that this is protocol?
I guess it is.
Does he stay?
I
Because he
did-
was in the
Yeah.
he stayed in the batter's box.
I truly didn't know that rule, to be honest
I didn't
with
know
you.
that either.
Yeah, no, as long as the ball hasn't crossed the plate, it's still a pitch.
Wow.
So the fact that it was still on the ground rolling
Right.
to him, that's still a continuous pitch. So
Incredible.
You would have
Yeah.
called a strikeout there, Stick?
No, I mean it definitely wasn't a strike, but he swung. You got to call it. That's just part of it.
Let an umpire try to pull that BS in the World Series.
Incredible stuff there.
let that try to happen.
My goodness.
I got another one for you. Here's we're going to go to this catcher blocking the plate.
Okay.
You've never seen a catcher block a plate quite like this guy.
Pudge.
Oh, I saw this. This is great.
It is.
This is great. Watch
Going
this.
out to the outfield. Here we go. Throwing home.
Nope, not
Missed
that.
it. Oh, missed him again. Missed him again.
This.
And he sits down and covers the plate. And
Is
he
that great or
squats,
what?
and that
It
is
is.
it. That's good sportsmanship, too.
That is great.
13 was
the
like, you know
batters.
what? I'm over it. That's
I
so
am
great.
over
You
it.
got me. You got me.
And this one's for Ryan. This is an old guy trying to car surf. Check his hat, too, as well, while you're at it.
This motherfucker jumps on my car.
God.
I love it.
What's he doing?
Look at him. He's trying to stop the guy from driving away.
Why?
Because he's pissed, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, look at the hat, too.
You know I saw the Trump hat. That's the first thing I noticed.
I didn't want to show Ryan. Those are his guys. There it is.
What do you mean? Those are my guys.
There's your guy.
What are you talking about?
There you go.
I don't know anything about this guy.
I like that guy.
He's got some big ones, man.
Oh,
He's
my
on for dear life.
God.
He was whatever was going on. He was pissed.
He was.
He
pissed.
felt he had the right to do what he was doing.
Oh my God! Well, very good, gang. Fun show today. Hey, hit that like button for us. Get us to come on. If you're watching on YouTube, get us over 100 today. Hit that like button. That'd be swell.
Get us up there.
We'd certainly appreciate it. Also coming up on 26,000 subscribers. Tell a friend about Woodward Sports. Tell a friend about us. Braylon, get us out of here.
Yo, man, guess what? Weekend's over. Time to settle back in. We got some good things coming for you, man. Woodward Network is moving in the right direction with the bottom line. So I'm excited. Excited. It's 86 degrees. The weather's nice. It's going to be a fun summer, man. Brought to you by Woodward Sports. It's going to be really fun. So for me, my man Stick in the booth, Fletch over there, Maz on the couch, and my right hand, Ryan Ermanni.
Thanks for the likes. We got there.
Braylon Edwards, we appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.